throw you into it. Let's just go.
Let's make sure we're still recording. Yeah, we're recording. So, yeah, righto. Let's jump into it.
All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ranga and Chow. We're both here.
G'day, guys. Coming from new locations.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well,
So what's on the agenda?
I thought I'd talk about something a little bit topical. It might take us into an area that's a little bit sensitive, but it's something that happens a lot. And I'm talking about boys' holidays internationally, or men going on a men's trip internationally and leaving the girls at home.
So an inappropriate travel.
That's it. So, as an example.
Oh, yeah. I bet you have an example.
Let's say that me and 4 of my mates, which happened, and we all go to Thailand. But you're going to correct grammar at this point, really?
Can't spell, but I'll give you that.
We're going to Thailand, and we're all sitting around there on holidays. What do? You go to a bar, and there's lots of girls at the bar. You start talking to the girls, you're dancing with the girls, and everyone's having a good time. But riddle me this. Is dancing with a bar girl in Thailand cheating?
I feel that strongly depends on the conversation you've had with your missus before you go.
No, it doesn't.
But I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no, just based off the fact that even when women go over there and get intoxicated, they dance with the women too because it's fun. They are fun people.
That's actually a very good point. I have seen a lot of Western women in Thailand and Cambodia and Taipei and places like that.
My mum
dancing with other women.
My mum at 67 years old, 67 years old, got conned into going over to Thailand, and there's videos of her drunk on a stripper pole. Thailand is just fun.
Okay. Well, what happened? Okay, let's take this one step further. At what point do you have to say, I've had enough and it's time to stop? I'm going to say it's at the point where you start pole dancing in front of everyone.
I'm not going to draw the line there because otherwise I'm inappropriate when I travel.
You've done this. You've done the pole dancing. I don't want to say anything, but I might have seen you do it.
The best bit is I did that, 10 odd years ago with you, and there's video footage of me dancing on a stripper pole, drunk as hell, and then a couple of years ago when Mum went over there, I get a video from her friend of her dancing on a stripper pole drunk. I'm like, I've done that exact thing in that country, drunk as hell. Good on you, Mum.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For all the people that are watching this video, go to our social page. You can go to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. But I'm going to put up a photo of Chow pole dancing. That's right. It'll be authentic, and you'll see it in the flesh. It's going on our social media stuff. That's the first thing that's going to happen. The second thing that's going to happen is I'm going to deny that I ever did pole dancing. I don't think I did it, but I remember Chow doing it.
Well, I remember someone about this close from death in an elevator lying cornerways in the edge with a stuffed buffalo in his arms. And
everyone loves a buffalo.
It was just, you were all class. Yeah. If there was a word that could sum you up, it'd be charming.
Well, that's right. That's another thing. And again, actually, this leads back to my original question. What is considered as cheating? So the big trolley goes past with all the fluffy toys.
I just need to pause you 1 second there, Richie. 1 second, mate.
Okay. I'm paused. I'm not sure why, but I'm paused. Oh, the dogs have got out. This happens occasionally. And all of a sudden, his dogs, he's got really little dogs, like Chihuahua type things. Like, I mean, I've got a cavoodle. It's a small dog, but it's not like a Chihuahua. But Glenn does that. He has these little tiny dogs. Admittedly, they're adorable. And I do like all types of dogs, small, big dogs. He does have a big dog as well. But those dogs of Glenn's can be one of those things. They just all of a sudden they start barking, go crazy. But he loves the dogs. I love the dogs. And I've got a dog myself that I love. It's not really a big dog. It's a cavoodle. It's half Cavalier Spaniel and half poodle. But they're quite smart, these small dogs.
Did you really just fill
Anyway.
dead air with dog talk?
Oh, well, you're back. Okay, I thought we were talking about your dogs.
Yeah, I think you were talking about my dogs, but no, that was the young lad from 2 doors down who just finished mowing my lawn. I had to go and pay him. So,
Okay. So
which set the dogs
so
off.
what I was talking about. So what I was talking about before is if the big trolley goes past the nightclub that you happen to be at, and it's got all the big fluffy toys on it and stuffed animals and things, and the girl that you happen to be dancing with, and keep in mind you're married, says, I would really like a stuffed toy, and you buy her one of these big stuffed toys, is that bad? Is that cheating or not? You
Well,
know? I don't know
again,
what it is.
it'd be different over here in Australia if you bought a rose, because it'd be $36 for one rose, and that's a pretty big commitment to be handing over to some strange female. However, you're in Thailand.
It's only 100 baht for a rose over there.
That toy costs you about 20 cents, and to hand that away to someone on the street, that's far less committed. Yeah, again, back to that fun culture. Throwing 20 cents away on a toy for a laugh. It's not a big
but
deal.
They're not 20 cents. They get to these huge animals that are half the size of a human, and they cost like $50 Australian. And if you're spending that sort of money buying that for some Thai bar girl or whatever that you're just hanging out with for the night,
that's probably over the line there.
Is it too far?
I feel like you've gone too far at that point, because that's a financial commitment right there. But again, that's relative. That's relative. $50 is a lot to me. $50 is not a lot to Kerry Packer.
I agree. Once you buy the big stuffed toy worth $50, that's crossing a line. So
yeah, I mean, if you buy a stuffed animal that you can fit a person in, that comes down to looking a bit dodgy.
Yeah. So to all of those dudes that are going over to Asia holidaying and having a good time in bars with bar girls and all that sort of stuff, all I could say to you is that don't buy the massive, big, fluffy toy, or you are crossing a line.
Unless you're an eccentric billionaire and then do whatever the hell you want because you can.
Well, that's right. But I'm not much of a billionaire, I've got to tell you.
Well, don't buy the big fluffy toys then.
That's right. I've got to admit, I did actually. I've bought a girl in Thailand a big fluffy toy, and it made her very happy and all the rest of it. But to what end? Like there's your fluffy toy. Off you go. Have a good night. I'm going back to my room now, and I'm going to sleep alone and ring my wife and say how much I love her.
Yeah, because that's how all your nights go. All right, we're halfway through the evening. I've done something stupid like buy a toy. I'm going to go back to the hotel and sleep now after talking to my wife.
Unless I end up in hospital
or
dehydration.
Could we have maybe 8 more shots and go to the next bar? Yeah. I just don't buy the whole I'm going to go back to the hotel, and I definitely agree that you'll send the girl on her way, but I don't believe the drinking stops.
Do you know what I reckon the next hot spot in the world is? Like it's been Thailand, it's been Cambodia, you've had Taiwan and all those sort of places. Do you know, like it's not China. The next red hot spot for travel and tourism in the world, do you know what I reckon it's going to be?
I'm intrigued.
Mark my words, it will be India. India is going to have the biggest, most fantastic, most awesome middle class and series of... Can you imagine towns in India full of clubs? How cool that would be.
I got to say, at the engineering company that I worked previously, there's a couple of the engineers who were Indian, and we got along so well, and they were just hilarious. I would love to go and see some. Oh man, and some of the shit you were telling me about back home was just brilliant. I just couldn't stop laughing at it. It sounds great.
Yeah, love the Indians. They're great people. Can't wait to party with them in India. Anyway, I think
can't wait to travel again.
Today. Dude, this is way over time. Look,
is it?
Don't forget to subscribe in that button down there in the left-hand corner. Hang on, am I pointing the right way? I think I'm pointing the right way today.
Well, bit of problem solving here. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, leave us a comment. If you do want us to talk about anything specific, please leave us a comment because we actually really would welcome your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. It's all about you guys. We've got a lot of subscribers now. And don't forget that you can also become a Patreon. You can help us keep this channel going. And there's merchandise coming as well. We've got it all covered, guys. So stay with us, subscribe, and enjoy more videos coming after this.
And guys, make sure you're jumping on. Do subscribe. Do push us along. Any extra money that we can bring in from this, we're going to be increasing our video quality. We're going to be increasing our audio quality. We know we're not the best right now, but we are going to be. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Here we go. See you later, Mr. Chow.